Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your June 1st to June 7th forecast. For you this week, spirituality is going to be highlighted with this moon being conjunct Mars in Leo. And that's going to happen on June 1st. And this fiery conjunction is going to enhance your spiritual pursuits. So you're being guided to engage in practices that align with your beliefs and expand your horizons. Let's see what else you have going on here. So you quite literally have the Chariot here, which is indicating that you are allowing yourself to be divinely guided and go on this journey of spiritual growth and evolution. We also have the Five of Cups here as well. So we still have a little bit of contrast here for some of you as it relates to that. So what I'm hearing is like some of you may have like some traditional values or even within your environment that you're in right now, like you're not seeing the results of the work that you're putting in as it relates to your spiritual growth and evolution. And in particular, I'm hearing like someone's trying to manifest and it's not quite working out exactly how they thought it would, or, things could be coming to you in just little spurts of blessings here and there, but just know that you're receiving exactly what you need at the right moment in time. So divine timing is in here, divine guidance is in here as well. So just know that your guides are here and they're showing up for you. So never question that. Again, it's a matter of what you're opening yourself up to receive, and that's why you're only receiving bits and pieces, because that is truly the frequency that you're vibrating at. You cannot receive more than the frequency that you're on. Okay? And it's just a matter of you raising your frequency to connect with that making those things tangible in reality. So we also have the Princess of Swords here as well. So you may also be really taking like a particular approach. And I'm going to go back to the manifestation example, because you may be clearly defining and saying what you want and the outcome that you want to receive. And this is really not about the outcome. So just for instance, if you're manifesting like writing out, I want $10 million, or I am going to receive $10 million or something. So that's more along the lines of like what I'm talking about, you having like specific requirements that the universe must deliver to you, and then not seeing that, or maybe you win the lotto for $100 or something, and then you feeling like discouraged and defeated because you didn't win for $10 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're talking about here. So what else here? What else? Okay, so we have some transformation coming as well. So I see here the elevation here, and I'm just giggling here a little bit because I see you like going on this journey here from the place of where you're at to the place of where you're going, and that is creating transformation. Like you're transforming into a more a more spiritual being, a highly spiritual being. You're elevating your frequency and vibration. So you need to see what it's like to vibrate at this level and just get that $100. And then as you continue to raise your frequency, you'll receive more and more and more. And you'll get to that place of where now you are receiving exactly what you're stating and putting out there, because that's the frequency that you're on here. So it's an evolution and it's a journey, and I'm hearing to please know that it's about the journey and not the destination. So really pull back on stating specific requirements that you have for the universe that it must provide to you. All right, so we also have the Nine of Wands here as well. So this is you trying, and just, again, not receiving what you feel like you deserve, or the outcomes not completely aligning with who you feel you authentically are. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing that's happening here, because the beauty in this is that you're seeing that you want more and you're desiring more, and more is available to you and more can come to you. So there's beauty just in and of that itself for you. Okay. But ultimately, you're guided to continue going, to keep going. Don't give up. We have the Emperor showing up here. So you know what you're capable of. You know the power that you have. And you know what you can achieve. And that you can achieve all that you desire. You know that already. And again, it's just this process of you figuring out the best ways to create those dreams and desires in reality. Okay, so what else? Wonderful. So we do have opportunities coming through for you. So if you feel like, so these are all things that you've tried. There's still more though. There's still more opportunity. There's still more blessings that can come your way and that will come your way. So those blessings, that abundance is never going to stop. It's just going to connect with you based off of the energy that you're giving off and putting out into the universe. Okay, so there's definitely opportunity to grow and to continue to expand. So let's look at challenges. So we have the World here with you. Just allowing things to begin and allowing yourself to be divinely guided here. So that may come up as a challenge for you. And I can understand that if you are sort of in this space where you feel like you're not receiving all that you desire and dream, and you feel like you're trying. So that definitely, I can understand how that may come up for a challenge this week. So what else? You're also being guided to let these old cycles close, because this transformation is going to happen regardless. Okay, so you getting on board with it, embracing it, being open to it, and being open to anything that comes your way, not just the specific things that you're requiring from the universe to provide to you, but truly being open and allowing yourself to be divinely guided here and to be shown the light and to follow the light of truth, and what feels good to you is what's going to be helpful to you. So that may come up as a little bit of a challenge for you here, to let go and surrender. Okay, so there may also be just a struggle with you just feeling a little low energy, like not feeling as motivated, not feeling that momentum, not feeling the emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So these are all areas of focus that you may want to get in some self-care practices to ensure that you are feeling that unconditional love and support from the universe, and to feel and know and trust that you are being divinely guided. Okay, so we also have this Seven of Pentacles here. So you may also not be wanting to put in that word. You may be feeling like, look, I've tried all these things here. I need this stuff to be working out more and more for me at this time, because I'm trying. I'm putting in the work here. But this is you continuing to sow those seeds, continuing to water the garden. Okay? Because what do they say? The grass grows where you water it, where you nurture it. And there's so much. Your intuition is here, like very loud and clear, and it's guiding you and it's giving you information, and it's gently nudging you and showing you the way. And this is about you taking inspired action toward that, and knowing that, like, you're never going to stop trying. You're never going to stop watering these seeds. So you're not going to get to a point where it's like, okay, I've watered the seeds, now it's just smooth sailing from here on out. That's never going to happen, because you're having a human experience. And that's not what you designed for yourself. So we have a very finite time here. So of course you're not going to say like, okay, well, by the time I get to 35, I'm going to have all these things and then that's it. Like, no, you're still going to grow. You're still going to advance. You're going to find more things that you desire and that you want. You're going to find more ways to increase your spirituality and your connection with Source while you're here in this 3D. Okay, so just keep watering your garden. Keep being there for yourself and keep showing up for yourself is what I'm hearing. Because you are not done. You have so much more to achieve and to receive. And we have it's all going to make sense for you soon here as well. So This is very helpful information and knowledge, so thank you for this message, because again, we see that you may be feeling a little defeated, a little broken, a little battered, a little bruised here, and like, look, where is this stuff at? When are my blessings coming to me? Trust. It'll all make sense soon. I love that message. So let's look at some underlying fears here. So we do have this 3 of Cups here. Okay. So, and there's a couple different things that I'm hearing here. So ultimately what I'm feeling is that you just being a little unsure about who's going to go on the ride with you and who is going to be evolved enough to really understand what it is that you're doing here, because you are raising your frequency and growing your spirituality and expanding your consciousness, and you're wondering, you may have this underlying fear about who is going to go on that journey with you. Can the individuals in your present environment rise to that challenge? Okay. What else? You may also be wondering if you can rise to that challenge as well. So we have Judgment here. Yeah. Okay. So you don't be afraid of what's underneath the surface there. Like, shine the light there. We have the light here. Shine the light there. We have the mirror here. Look at who you are. Your habits, your belief system, your thoughts, the energy that you're putting out. Look at that. You facing that is a part of this journey and process. So in this new chapter, that must be done. You must address those areas of fear, doubt, shame, guilt, and reframe that, extract the lessons, and move on to some better feeling energy. Okay. What else? So we have this Queen of Cups here. And for some of you, you may feel like you lack the emotional capacity for these adjustments and these changes. And that's definitely just a fear. That's just a thought that doesn't belong to you. That's not who you are, because you will never receive anything or go through anything that you can't handle. Okay, so let's just let that motorcycle go by. My apologies for that. But yeah, you're never going to receive anything that you can't handle. So this is how I view you, right? And you may be viewing yourself like this right now. So this person is super confident. They know their worth. They know their value. They know their power. They know that they're being divinely guided and led. They're not even holding on. Okay? So shift from this energy of worry, fear, doubt to this energy of power. Okay. All right. So let's see, where are we going to go here? Let's look at some potential outcomes here for you. Excuse me. All right. So wonderful. So you may decide to connect with your inner child here. So your inner child may need some protection, some support, some healing. So you may want to do a meditation on connecting with your inner child. You may want to do some journaling. But if there's any way that you can connect and allow that child to come out, allow that child to know that it's safe, that they can be creative, they can play, they can enjoy themselves, they can do all the things that they may have been restricted or prevented from doing previously, because you have them, you support them, you take care of them, you provide for them. Okay? Let them know that. Is this opportunity here for some gifts and talents that you may have, that you may not be facing and being honest about, that you know you need to be exploring and even sharing with the world here. Okay? So yeah, it's time to uncover those things and to let those things out. So we also have, okay, so you may, and we said this earlier, but I'm seeing it coming up here again as far as the emotional capacity to manage and handle all of these things. Okay. So yeah, it is a lot going on here, and you may be feeling a little overwhelmed and unsure about whether you can continue like working through some things. working through some things. Sorry about that. And also just whether or not you have the capacity to be your creative self and to be financially free off of that, and to explore that path, because that may mean other things. For some of you, that may mean that, okay, if I want to paint and draw and be an artist, you know, what does that look like for my future? Because I'm working 2 jobs right now. So that means I may have to let go of one of those jobs and just focus on my work here. So it's some things like that coming up where you do need to make some decisions here. And you just may have this fear of like, okay, if I do that, excuse me, if I do that, then, you know, that's income that I'm losing, but it's also income that you could potentially gain with no limits on it, because you will set your prices. Okay. But you have to do what's right for you in the right time, because some of you may see that example and be like, no, I definitely have to like continue working, but I'll maybe on the weekends I'll spend and carve out an hour to do my paintings. Okay, so there's all sorts of ways that you can adjust and change and just allow life to flow easier through you. And it's all about the individual situation and what works best for you and what you feel inspired to do and what you feel passionate about. Okay, because if you do desire this, you can have this. Okay, so let's look at some potential outcomes here. Okay, wonderful. So we do have some good luck and good fortune coming your way. So that is awesome, because you've really been putting in that work and you've really been working hard. You've been working hard. I mean, that you've been working hard. So we have new cycles opening with good luck. We have the Queen of Wands here as well. You're doing things that you feel passionate about. And for some of you, like, this is about like style. So you may want to like do makeup or clothing, be a stylist in some way. So whatever this is like you stepping out as a new version of yourself, maybe even looking completely, totally different. Because now you have that confidence to wear what you want to wear, to do what you want to do, and to really work on your passions and the things that make you feel good. We also have the Two of Pentacles here. Okay, so again, you may have sort of this financial decision here to make as it relates to some avenues that you want to go down, and it could also be whether to invest in a particular business venture as well. But yeah, there are some decisions coming up here that you may want to make. And we know that with these new cycles opening and with you deciding like, okay, you know, I am going to go down that path where I'm incorporating in some more things. I'm going to do more paintings and I'm going to put them online to sell and stuff. So yeah, it's like inspired action. It's more work that's happening. And you may find that you'll need to work out how to juggle these things and how that best works for you. So we also have, okay, so I guess this person is now coming back with the motorcycle, so my apologies. So we also have the Six of Pentacles here. Okay, so you are positioning yourself to be a person that can provide financial support and be of service and assistance to others. So this is wonderful because you will do this in the way that feels best to you. So maybe it's going, I see some of you maybe like volunteering out in the community and teaching children artwork. Okay, so that's just an example of some things that you may do, and that doesn't cost any money. I mean, you may provide, you know, products, or I don't know why I'm calling them utensils, but yeah, you may provide products in some way. So it may cost you a little bit of money here, but you know, just the point is there's ways that you can help and support the community through your creativity that does not cost anything. Okay, so maybe it is also just sharing information online, knowledge and wisdom that you have. Maybe you channeled some insights here and you want to share that out. Okay. All right. So let's get a couple oracles here. So we have some self-love happening and knowing that we can only give and receive love unconditionally. So there's this equal exchange here that's happening, and you stepping into that place where there is an equal exchange and where you are giving your energy to other energies, other individuals that are giving that same energy back to you. And it starts with unconditionally loving and respecting ourselves and providing that love and respect to ourselves first. Okay. What else? So we have you sacrificing here. So letting go of those things that aren't helpful to you, that aren't supporting you, and that aren't providing you any value. So as a part of this process, if there's things that you decide aren't for you, like we talked about, maybe, that second job is not doing it for you. And it's like, okay, it's not really providing that much income here, so maybe I do want to do my artwork, or I want to sell readings, or do just something else where I'm being creative and I'm able to provide those services in exchange for money, essentially. I mean, there's so much going on outside here. We're gonna wrap it up here, but let me just get one more message here going on. So we have you forgiving. Yes, absolutely, forgive yourself as part of this process here, as you're letting these old chapters close and new cycles begin. Start with a clean slate. Forgive others, forgive yourself, and walk into that with unconditional love. Okay, Sagittarius? Wonderful. Those are the messages I have for this week. Have an awesome week. Take care.